What's up, people? Just doing a kind of off the cuff video about Blade Show 2018, just my experience and what I thought about it. The only reason I'm doing it live is I have no room left on my phone to record anything, so it is what it is. If you come in like halfway through this or whatever, just know that I'm really just talking about Blade Show. So, anyway, I'll start off saying Blade Show 2018 was the biggest I've ever seen. It had two rooms. Um, I really enjoyed myself, but and it's always turns out this way. It's really just, the people you see, meet, friends, the guys I get to hang out with. So basically, you can see I have an exhibitor badge. I was helping Clyde Challenor out, African maker, probably by far my favorite maker in the knife game. He makes great knives, but he's a great dude. So anyway, went saw Clyde, his father, another guy, Luke, and then just a bunch of other people that were all tight. Steve, Adam, John. There's just too many to name, but that was really the best part of the show for me. Just going down, getting to hang out with everybody. And it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have went. So, um, as far as the knives go, um, I really wasn't so much into the folders this year, and it's not so much that I don't like folders anymore. It's just kind of there was a lot of like kind of the same old thing. Like I'm just kind of tired of titanium frame lock flippers. I'm not saying they're bad. I still like them and whatnot, but just kind of burn out on it. And so walking around, as far as folders go this year, really the only couple that I can really say I really liked was Clyde had a new model, the Viper, I believe it's called. He had two prototypes there, and it was awesome. So I'll definitely be getting one of those from him. That was definitely like my favorite knife of the show. Other than that, as far as folders go, I like the Wee knives. Elijah Isham, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of got a sway back feature. It looks like a sway back. It's got like a thumb hole opener with like a cutout in it with this thumb stud attached into it, and it was pretty badass. So I might pick up one of those. And weirdly enough, Medford's, the Slim MIDI Marauder. I'm totally not into Medfords. They're usually folding pry bars, but this thing was actually a knife, and it was actually pretty damn sweet. It is about $500, and yeah, I didn't buy it. I had enough money to. I just didn't want to spend. It wasn't so impressive that I wanted to spend $500 on it. So obviously I didn't. So beyond those folders, Chuck Richards had a new folder. It didn't. It was on thumb studs. It's kind of the same model he's been doing the Counselor, but with out the flipper and thumb studs. It was nice. A little bit more than I could afford this round. So, but that is what it is. And beyond that, there really wasn't a ton of shit that I was just super pumped about seeing or like, wow, this is great. It was cool to get to handle some of the Spydercos that were coming out, and the ZT, the new ZT Sinkovich model was really nice. I'd like to get one of those. And not a ton else. You know, uh, weirdly, I'm not a huge fixed blade guy, but all the forged knives and fixed blades really were what piqued my interest all through the show. Really had a nice time checking out all like the forged guys, the ABS master smiths, journeyman smiths, whatever, and just the normal dudes. A lot of great fixed blades. A lot of them out of my price range. I kind of went to Blade on a last minute whim. Got off work and was able to drive down. So, but checked out a ton of fixed blades. Really dug them all. As you can see, I bought two small fixed blades, which I'll go over in a minute. But yeah, great knives that way as far as the fixed go. The guy next to Clyde is a guy from Sweden, I believe his name's like Mickey Anderson. He had some gorgeous knives. I'm probably going to get one from him probably later than as far as sooner. Probably in the next year. I'm going to have to save up. They're quite pricey, but they're gorgeous. Hand forged Damascus. Everything's hand done. It's really gorgeous knives. But Like I said, the highlight of the show was really just the people hanging out with Clyde, Andrew Demko, BS'd with him for a while, Chuck Richards. I mean, I just talked to a shit ton of people, and like I said, that's the best part of the show. It was huge. There was two rooms. The second room was kind of beat, and I don't mean that like the knives over there and everything was beat. It was just kind of weird. It got like half the traffic as the regular big room, so whatever. I mean, there's nothing really that I don't think they can do about that unless they move the venue. But kind of was like, I know I heard and talked to some of the makers that were kind of disappointed for being in the second room because of the traffic of people going through, but there was a decent number of people. Um, and also, like earlier when I said there was like not a ton of folders that really piqued my interest. Of course, like guys like Birch and like McGinnis and shit had nice knives, but out of my price range and really not something that I'm looking to pick up anymore. I've been sticking more mainly towards the users, and not that I'm totally against custom knives or anything like that, but I just like the more, you know, I'm looking more for the model, the, what am I looking for here? Just the overall design and more user grade finish, not the ultra dressy shit. Like I said, I will pick up a nice forged or handmade fixed blade here in the next year or so. I want to get like a collection piece, something nice, and it's probably going to be from Mickey Anderson. So other than that, I'll just get into the two knives I got. Well, what I got in this pass, but I stopped by Jim Skelton's booth. They brought back the EDCI. I picked up a bottle of this. I was down to like maybe like that much left of my old bottle, so not too much. Next, I went in looking for a Crye knife, and I wanted his TK4 Bowie, and literally the guy in front of me snatched the last one up. So he also had a TK11 Warney, which I liked, but it was right in the beginning of the show, and it was almost $400. And I didn't want to blow all my cash in one spot right in the beginning in case I found something I really liked. So I didn't end up picking up the TK11, but throughout the show, I made my way over to Dozer Knives and found this little, it's called like the Black Widow. It's like K and a number is the model with the Black Widow sheep's foot. D2 steel, all Dozer knives are in D2. There's a couple in PSF 27, which is just the spray form D2. And they said that they used that mainly if they want to like polish a blade. It's easier to polish than just regular D2. So anyway, sweet little Wharncliffe blade. This thing's awesome. I've already used it a ton. It's just like the perfect little size EDC. It's a horizontal carry sheath on the belt, and it's just very small, small, imprint on the waist, and just super easy to carry. The sheath's nice. It works very well, but just a sweet little hollow ground Wharncliffe in D2. Got some jimping on the back, black paper, some kind of black micarta. But just ergonomics on this little thing are great. Really dig that. So that was one. And then the only other one I picked up was this Bradford Knives. This is the Guardian 3 in Vanadis and 4 extra, whatever. I think that's how you say that shit. But kind of got like a black wash finish. This one has mammoth ivory scales. I thought this was wood. And the guy in the booth goes, I don't know. I'll have to ask him what it is. So I guess the guy that actually supplies him his wood was there. He's looking at it. He goes, that's not wood. He goes, and I would know because I supplied all the wood. He goes, that's mammoth ivory. But mammoth tooth, whatever. I think it's mammoth ivory. But still, this knife was about $220. I've always looked at these, and I was always like, I want a full hand grip. I don't think it's going to be big enough. And I finally got a chance to handle one in person. And I have to say, the contoured scales make a hell of a difference on these knives. I was able to handle the flat scales. They're still nice, but this feels so much better. And this thing is just like a perfect EDC fixed blade. Get a nice full grip in it, and it's got enough blade where you can do pretty much anything. So figured I'd get a little more dressy one. Their booth, you could basically pick. They had a bunch of M390 blades. They had ivory, fucking walrus penis, and all kinds of other shit. you know, micarta G10, carbon fiber, all different type of scales. And you could basically go up and say, I want the M390 blade with whatever handle scales. So this one was already put together, and I really liked it. So I picked it up. And I carried it all day on Saturday in the blade show, sitting, standing, whatever. This is a great little sheath. I really didn't even notice it, and really happy with the purchase. Nice full flat ground. I guess Venatus 4 Extra is supposed to be similar to the performance of 4V. I don't know. I have no experience with the steel. That's why I went with it over the M390. I've heard it was good. I even talked to Andrew Demko. He said it's a good steel. And I figured I'd give it a try. So that's pretty much it as far as the Blade Show pickups. Like I said, I went last minute. Didn't really save up for it because I didn't expect to go. And I really just went last minute to go hang out with like Clyde and Steve and a whole bunch of other guys that, you know, in our little group that we hang out with, and you know, just go bullshit with people. And we had a great time. But like I said, on the folder market, not a ton of shit interests me. There were some cool productions and there's cool customs too, but it just nothing was like just speaking to me. And besides, like I said, Clyde's folder, that one Wing Knives, and the Medford Slim Mini Marauder or whatever, Midi Marauder, which I couldn't believe how much I liked the Medford. So maybe eventually I'll pick up one of those on the secondary, but I'm not going to pay full price for it because I don't love it that much.